Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're regular here, you know I review many photographic, audio and video related products. Well, a festive video today. We're at the end of 2023. It's actually New Year's Eve, so tomorrow will be 2024. And I wanted to do a video on what would be my favourite camera of 2023. Now, I've already done a video on my favourite gear of 2023, and obviously these two cameras, because there's two actually in the list here, but these two cameras feature in that particular video. But I've nailed it down to one camera that really is my favourite camera of 2023. Now, ironically, most other reviewers have kind of dismissed this camera. Nobody said it's a bad camera, but nobody has said it's a particularly great camera either. But for me, this is actually my favourite camera, and I'm going to go through why it's my favourite camera. I have also done a separate video on why this camera is my favourite, so I'm not going to go into too much detail, but it is the winner and it is the favourite camera. But before I do that, the two cameras I nailed it down to after testing many. I had the Canon R7, the R10, the R6 Mark II and the Canon R6. I had the Panasonic GH6. I've had many other cameras this year, as I do every year. But the two that it really did come down to is the Sony a6700 that I have here. Fantastic camera, definitely had to be in the list. And as I say, there's another video why this camera had to be in the list, but the Sony a6700 was in the list, and the Panasonic Lumix S5 Mark II. And this is the Panasonic Lumix S5 Mark II. And they've both got ultra wide angle zoom lenses fitted to them. This has got the 14 to 28 full frame lens fitted to the S5 Mark II, and I've got on me Sony the Tamron f2.8 constant f2.8 11 to 20, which in full frame terms is fairly similar actually to the Panasonic 14 to 28. Now, the camera out of those two, which became my favourite camera, isn't the one I expected it to be. But it is the Sony a6700, and let's say other reviewers have dismissed this camera, but this is now my favourite camera of 2023. Very briefly, the reason why it is simply because of its compact size and lightweight. Now, I suffer with arthritis, so when I go out, I don't want to be travelling around or walking around with heavy, bulky gear. This is phenomenal. It's got a really lovely grip, a great grip on it. And paired with something like this Tamron 11 to 20 f2.8 lens. I mean, look how compact this lens is for a constant f2.8 aperture, ultra wide angle zoom. Very compact, very lightweight lens. So I can definitely walk around all day and not have any fatigue with this particular camera. It shoots internal 10-bit 4K video, same as the Panasonic does, but it's great for its compact size. It shoots internal 10-bit 4K video. It has all the codecs that I need. It's got great photography features. The autofocus is phenomenal on the a6700. It's got various other video features that I'm not going to name in this video, but as I say, there is a separate video done on that. But yeah, this camera is my favourite camera of 2023 simply because of its compact size. Now, the Panasonic S5 Mark II is quite a bit heavier, quite a bit bulkier, but it has got professional features, such as the two SD card slots. I have one set up for RAW, one set up for JPEGs. So that's a great feature for the S5 Mark II. If I was doing professional stuff, I would absolutely use the S5 Mark II because of the redundancy using the two SD cards. I haven't got that with the a6700, but for me, if I'm just going out myself, this is phenomenal because I don't have to worry about redundancy really. And also, I've had no issues with corruption, with cards becoming corrupt. The other thing I really like about the a6700, they've moved the SD card slot to the side of the camera. So it's now on the side as opposed to in the battery compartment. So when I've got this in the studio mounted on the tripod, I can get the SD card out nice and easy just on the side there. It's got mic jacks, headphone jacks, everything you're going to need. It's got unlimited 4K recording, again the same as the S5 Mark II. So if I make mistakes, I can just leave it running and not worry about it. Funny enough, the DJI Pocket 3 was in the running as my favourite camera for this year. It was a close match really between that and the A6700. But the A6700 just has a lot more flexibility and better quality, obviously because it's a bigger sensor. It's an APS-C sensor in here as opposed to the 1-inch sensor in the DJI Pocket 3. I mean, I've got over there my Canon V10 picking up kind of a safe shot if I do need to cut to that. So yeah, I can highly recommend the A6700. It has also got a switch on the side. It's not a switch, well it is a sort of switch on the back here. So you can easily switch between photos, videos and slow and quick motion. So that is really useful as a hybrid shooter if you want to quickly change from stills to video. I find that a great feature. Got a viewfinder, not the best of viewfinders. It's a rangefinder style camera, but it has got a viewfinder. So all in all of these things built, has created a camera that I love to use and love to keep in my kit bag. So I need to only go out with this one camera and a couple of lenses, maybe even just one lens. I've got the Tamron 18-300. It's quite a big lens, but I've got the 18-300. That covers pretty much every eventuality. But I think what I would go out with is the camera with its Tamron 11-20 lens on, what I've got fitted to it here, and either the Sigma 18-50 f2.8 or the Sony 18-135. That hasn't got a constant aperture, but it covers such a wide range. So very, very flexible camera. Great battery life. It's got the FZ100 battery in the camera, so the battery lasts for ages, just the same as it does on the A7C. So yeah, all round great camera. I will leave a link in the description of this video where you can actually look at some sample images I've taken with the A6700. They'll be on my Flickr page or my SmugMug page, I'm not sure which, but there'll be a link in the description to where they are. Have a look at them. See for yourself what you think of the Sony A6700. I think it's really great. So there we go. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you found this video useful. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. Hit the like button if you like the content of my videos. Would really appreciate that. It does help me grow the channel. So thanks very much and have a fantastic and prosperous and joyful 2024. Cheers for now. Bye.